Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's edition of the Southside Mavericks Coaches Show. My name is Don Tate, and I am joined, as always, by head coach Jeff Williams. Coach, good to see you today.
Good to see you, Don.
Coach, last home game, regular season home game of the year for us. It was a big night, great weather. It was senior night for us. Always a big night. We had 26 players and two managers and a filmer that were introduced during senior night. Good group of players, but Coach, this has been a good group of kids, hasn't it?
Great group. It's one of my favorite groups I've had come through here, and all our groups are special, and each group is special. But this bunch, it's just something. The camaraderie they have together, and and it's kind of funny. You look at the guys when they're coming through there with their parents, or brothers and sisters, and every one of them got a story, and that's you might have had some hard times here and came back and got back on track, or if have had a great career and some struggles and some positive and great moments that they've had. But senior night's always a special night here, and I know our guys were very excited about it. It's always good to introduce those guys, have a chance to acknowledge their parents and thank them for their contributions to the program. Always a special night. Coach, second week in a row we win the toss. And we elect to receive again. They kick off. It's a sky kick. We return it to the 36-yard line. We start pretty nice. 2 runs for 7 yards. We have a 13-yard pass to Colton, getting him started pretty early. Short run. We're 2nd and 8 from the Central 43. Ricardo goes up the middle, cuts to the right, stutter steps at the 30-yard line. That freezes their defensive back and goes 43 yards for the touchdown. 5 plays, 64 yards. That's that fast start you've been talking about. Yeah, when we got off to a fast start, I felt like, you can't overlook teams. Our players understand, Central was 1 and 8 going into the game and had some struggles, but you got to really start the game fast. And I thought, they changed a few things they were doing. What we saw them film, play a little bit more cover 2 early on, and then front wise we're kind of doing some slanting and different things that we hadn't seen them doing as hard, so we had to kind of adjust ourselves in the end. But Ricardo, when we were in the zone play, Ricardo hit it and made a great run. He's had a great year.
He certainly has. Connor comes in for the extra point. We're up 7-0. On the kickoff, we had a little celebrating going into the end zone on the previous play. Moved it back to the 25-yard line. So that's where Connor's kicking off. He kicks off. They return it to the 43-yard line. 3 plays. It's 4th and 3 from midfield. A pass to the 25-yard line of the Mavericks. Gutsy call on 4th and 3 that early in the game, Coach, from the 43. What's going on there, you think?
I don't think they had anything to lose. I think that going into it that they were throwing it all out there, and they did some things, like I said, we hadn't seen, and gutsy call, and it was 4th and 3. I don't know if they didn't feel like they could run the ball, which they ran the ball pretty decently all night, but it's a big call by them.
Well, they made the first down. It's they're at the 25-yard line. 2 rushes to the 11-yard line, and then 2 plays later they go in for a 7-yard TD. They went for the 2-point conversion. It was an overthrow in the end zone, and pretty quickly the game is 7-6.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. Had a methodical drive there. Kind of, didn't know if we were ready to go or not, but we're still going to get the ball back, and we got to just keep scoring. And then defensively, we've got to do a better job of tackling, do a better job of taking care of business.
It's 7-6, Coach. Kickoff, I think they were trying for a sky kick. It went out of bounds, comes out to the 35-yard line. We have a hard time getting stuff going here on this particular series. 3 plays, we have a bad snap, gets a sack. We go 3 and out, we're punting. Snap goes over Adam Puckett's head. Did a great job of recovering the ball and getting a punt out of the end zone out, and ball rolls dead at our 38-yard line.
Yeah, we had to switch our deep snapper there, and just got away from him. Adam did a great job of getting it up and getting it out of the end zone, and they're not recovering it there, and so we took a negative and made it a positive, and we just kind of stuttered. They came out a little different coverage than we thought, and so we had to kind of get readjusted a little bit offensively.
Well, we've given the ball in the short field, which we've unfortunately done a little bit lately, and the defense has saved us.
On the very first play from our 38-yard line for them, it's offsides. Backs it up to 1st and 15 from the 43. 2 plays equals 9 yards for them. It's 3rd and 6. They throw a 10-yard screen pass for first down. Coach, they use the screen pass a lot.
They did. They did a really good job with it. Kind of caught us in some blitzes and had the right calls at the right time.
Well, they're at first down after that 10-yard screen pass at the MAV 24. Run 3 plays. It's 4th down. They throw an incomplete pass. Coach, defense holds. Great series by the defense. Ball goes over to Southside at the 26-yard line.
Big series. I mean, that can make a difference in a game. Teams on the road and they're down 1 point, get some momentum. Defense comes in and does a great job. And, that's situational football. When you have sudden changes, you got to be ready to play and be ready for all the situations.
We're going to take over after the defense holds at our 26-yard lines. 2 plays, we only get a yard. It's 3rd down and 9. A very nice throw and catch to Tyrese for 20 yards that gets us to the 47-yard line, our 47-yard line. Have an incomplete pass to just a wide open Colton. He's made so many circus catches, Coach. It was just kind of unusual to see it get away from us a little there.
Right.
2 plays later, we get 3 yards. It's 3rd and 7. We throw a screen pass to Tyrese. Great blocking on the edge by Colton and Ricardo. Goes 17 yards down to the Central 33. 2 plays later, Ricardo goes up the gut for 32 yards for our second touchdown.
Yeah, and the thing about it, Ricardo's been a big home run hitter for us. I mean, he's a lot of explosive runs this year, and we kind of got back on what we need to be doing. Kind of got guys coached up on with some adjustments, and just trying to execute. And thought our offensive line doing a great job blocking up front.
Robles comes in again and knocks in the PAT. It's 14-6. We've had the series where we went 3 and out, got the punt off, defense holds, and we come back and do exactly what we want to do there, Coach. We go 8 plays, 74 yards, regain the momentum.
Yeah, just throwing and catching and running the football and getting the momentum back and keep it in the back of their head that it's going to be a long night.
We kick off something that Connor did all night, kicked the ball in the end zone. Probably the deepest balls I've seen him kick all year. He just did a great job. They started their 20, Coach. They rushed 4 times. It's 3rd and 6. 3rd and 1 at the MAV 49-yard line. Big scrum. Ball goes up. Bennett Windell comes in with a fumble.
Yeah, you got a turnover, and it was a big stop for us. And Bennett's always around the football anyway, and really proud of the way our defense we're starting to really create turnovers and believing in play every play and doing our job.
Well, after Windell's recovery, we're at our own 47-yard line. We go for it quickly. Tyrese gets behind the defense, just has a hard time holding onto that. Would have been a TD, and again, Tyrese hardly ever misses anything.
Yeah,
it was just kind of wild.
It's kind of funny play because Coach Tiffy was up in the box, and he's yell, "Snap it! They're not covered. Or snap it, snap it!" And we snapped it when we were wide open, and just Tyrese doesn't drop very many, but it happens to everybody. But and trust me, nobody wants to catch more than Tyrese.
It's true. Well, after that play, 2 plays later, we come right back to Tyrese, Coach. He goes for an 18-yard gain. 3 plays later, we're at the Central 25-yard line. It's 4th and 3. We throw an 18-yard pass to Tyrese, so he's caught 2 18-yarders to get us back down to their 7-yard line. Really come back from that miss.
Yeah, I got to give Coach Key and our staff credit. Came back and some cover 2 routes and things like that. And Tyrese does a good job with a great throw and catch by great throw by Tay, great catch by Tyrese.
1st and goal, 7. Takes a couple of plays. We run Tyrese across the play from the left side. He slides into the end zone. Rather, we throw him a 5-yard TD pass. We're up 21-6, Coach.
Where we want to be, and it was a great read by Tay. Tyrese got open in the flats, the little goal line routes we run, and we're rolling. We just got to keep playing. We got to finish.
Well, it's 21-6. Kickoff once again is a touchback. Central starts on their 20. They rush for 6 and 2. It's 3rd and 3. Throw a pass into the flat that was almost picked off by Jalen Coleman. He would have been gone, Coach.
He would have
been gone. Tip to the receiver after it. He caught the pass. It was on 3rd down. They got the 1st down. 3 plays later, 3rd and 10. We have a 7-yard sack by Luke Richardson, who played really well Friday night.
Yeah, Luke's played well for us all week. Him and their sophomore Sean Rogers, they've been a big force for us inside, and really proud of the way Luke's played all year.
Central's at their 17, coach. It's 4th and 17. We get them to a punt situation. Mason Gregory gets in to make the punter flinch. He flushes out. Davenport takes him down at the 12-yard line. Defense holds.
Well, we felt pretty good about going into it, about blocking a punt, and Coach West did a good job of scheming it up, and Mason did a great job of executing. And a great job by Mason is, he was going to block it, and the punter held it and tried to get out of there, and our guys did a really good job of getting him on the ground.
Well, they've given us the ball at the 12, Coach. 2 plays later, we have a 14-yard TD pass to Tyrese. Get it done pretty quick. Great blocking on that particular play, and a really nice catch by Tyrese on the ball that was slightly thrown behind him.
Yeah, Tyrese, he can adjust to any ball, and our guys are doing a great job down the field blocking. Really proud of the way our guys are playing, and we got a turnover, Don. And guess what?
We scored.
There you go.
Is that the first one, Coach?
That's the first one we've done all year.
Game 9.
Yep, game 9.
There you go. We're on a roll.
Yeah, there we go.
We're on a roll. Connor comes in once again and makes the PAT. It's 28-6. Connor kicks the ball in the end zone on the kickoff. It's a touchback. Central comes out to the 20-yard line. 2nd down and 1, they complete a pass to the Mav 44-yard line. Coach, not sure what happened, but the play comes all the way back. Was that illegal procedure?
Well, yeah, I believe that's what they called on them, and we're trying to use some timeouts in situations, trying to get their punt team back out there, feel like we can block another one, and so it's kind of, they kind of start moving a little bit, and we were getting a little bit nervous about calling timeouts, but they had a penalty and brought it back.
Move back to the 15. The screen game again. They throw a screen pass. Davenport, Darren did a great job, smelled it out, tackled the guy for a 4-yard loss, kept him in bounds. It's 3rd and 13. A pass interference call on us, unfortunately, moves the ball out to the 32-yard line. They rush for 4, for 5. They get 3 passes in a row. Coach get it to the 47-yard line, and then they hit a 24-yard completion to our 23-yard and get 1st and 10.
Yep, they're moving the ball downfield. We're using timeouts, trying to get the ball back to score again, force the punt issue. But they continue. They're making some first downs and making some big plays, and so you're going. We probably should just win in the half with that after you see the results. But we're trying to get an extra possession, and we've got to do a better job of stopping them.
Had nice coverage. D.D. Smith was in really good position on it. Just great throw and catch. You have to give them credit for that. It's 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. They feel the need to get in before the half gets over with, Coach. Pass goes into the end zone, slightly overthrown. Picked by Jalen Coleman. Jalen kind of runs sideways a little bit, and then when I was watching the film from the end zone camera, I'm sure he saw what I saw because on the right side it opened up like the sea. Jalen takes off down the right side. Davenport makes a huge block for him at midfield. Jalen Coleman goes 102 yards on a pick 6.
One of the best football plays I've ever seen. That young man's got 3 pick 6s this year in a season, which that's really unheard of. And he's played really well, and it's one of the best plays I've ever seen. And like you said, our defense did a great job of blocking. Darren had the key block on the play, and we didn't block anybody in the back because a lot of times kids get excited and things like that. And a lot of people said, well, he should have. There's 30 seconds to go in the half. He should have took a knee in the end zone. It's not, but it's the end of the half. Take a shot. Worst case scenario, we get the ball back, and we're going to run the clock out anyway. But great decision by Jalen, and and our kids. I mean, you talk about spark, and I believe we got a personal foul for celebration. But there were kids running out of the stands and everything else to congratulate Jalen. It was an awesome play.
Well, I will tell you, the 6 of us in the press box were the guys going, take a knee, and then we're going, go, 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 go. Incredible play. One of the best plays I've seen since I've started watching Southside.
It was.
Football.
It was a great play.
And you're right. We had a little celebrating after that, Coach. It was not only have I not seen a 102-yard pick 6, I've never seen a 35-yard PAT either.
No, yeah. And you backed us up right there, and I was a little nervous about that.
Connor comes in and knocks in that 35-yard PAT to give us the lead at 35-6. So we kick off, and then they have a snap. It's the end of the half. Coach, we always talk about, every week we talk about starting fast,
finishing fast. You have to be pleased with this.
Yeah, it really was. And we scored off the turnover. That's kind of been over our heads a little bit there too, and playing complementary football. And we started fast and finished strong on both sides with one with the offense with a drive and a score, and then defensively with a pick six. So really proud of the way our guys played and whether they finished and everything's in our favor at this moment.
It's 35-6, Coach. We're going into the half. A lot happening in the second half, too. Folks, stay with us. We'll talk about that second half in just a moment. Folks, welcome back. We're going to talk about the second half of the Central game Friday night. Coach, it's halftime. You're up 35-6. We have won the toss deferred, so they're going to get the ball back. Kickoff, once again, Connor puts it in the end zone. It's a touchback. Central comes out and does what they need to do. They go on a 15-play, 67-yard drive, Coach. A good mix of run and pass. Get the ball down to the 13-yard line, and on 4th and 9, they knock in a field goal.
Yeah, we didn't come out ready to go, and a lot of times you're up that big and you tend to relax. I think that's what we did on that series. Didn't tackle very well, and you got to give them credit. Central came in here and they never quit. They kept playing and playing and playing and playing, and you can tell that Coach Laster's new coach over there is getting the program turned around, and they played hard the whole night.
Coach, the field goal gets us to 35-9. Central kicks off to Southside. We return it to our own 33-yard line. Second down and 7. It's a high snap. Ricardo takes that off the handoff and goes around the right side for 28 yards. Coach, big block by, once again, pulling guard Marlon Briggs and Nathan Bogner to open just a huge hole for Ricardo.
Yeah, that was a great block in there with Nathan, and he's done a great job for us. And Marlon's played, he hadn't played like a sophomore at all. He's had a great year.
It's 1st and 10 from their 36. Coach, Ricardo around the left side. Great blocking by the receivers again on the edge. Ricardo got small right there at the sideline, went down the side, squeezed down the sideline, and goes all the way to the 1-yard line. Really good play
great
across
blocking,
the board.
Yep, great job up front. Eric Schwartz and Tyrese, I saw it just as you did on the field. Ricardo set it up really good, and they just opened it up like they were the center and right guard. It was awesome and great effort by them down the field. When you get long runs, there's guys those receivers are more accountable for it. When you get to 6 to 10-yard runs, that's usually the offensive line. But when you're busting one for 40, those guys are blocking down the field.
When I was watching it on film, I noticed it live, but I watched it on film. Ricardo, as he's going around the left side, slows down just a little bit to let it develop a little bit and let the guys get on and get on the blocks before he hits that hole and runs down the sideline. It was a nice job.
Yeah, a great job setting it up.
We're down at the 1-yard line, Coach. 2 plays later, Tay dives in from the 2-yard line. We have let them start the second half with a long drive, 15-yard drive for a field goal. Come right back, stick a TD on the board. You got to be pleased.
Yeah, I'm pleased with the way we answered.
Connor once again knocks in the PAT, 42-9. Kickoff, return to the 20-yard line. It was a return, didn't go in the end zone. We had contact with the ball carrier at the 10-yard line, just couldn't get him down. They end up getting the ball out to the 20-yard line, but we're still starting where we want them to start.
Yeah, and missed a tackle, but we're getting better. We changed some guys out on that this week and getting them more experience on kickoff.
They start on the 20, Coach, go back to the screen game. They throw 1 for 7. They rush for 4, pass for 11, and then have a 16-yard rush around the left side to get to our 42-yard line. Couple more rushes. They've got it down to the 29-yard line. Kid breaks loose, gets around the right side, goes 29 yards for the TD. They go 8 plays and 80 yards.
Yeah, we just didn't play very well. I didn't think, we didn't tackle well. We didn't get lined up a couple of things. I know Coach Cox was very frustrated at that point in time, just because when you lose focus, you don't do your job. Everybody's got a gap and everybody's got a responsibility to do. And when you line up wrong, you're opening up gaps and it's going to cause you trouble.
Well, they score, make the extra point, 42-16. They kick off. It goes out of bounds again. for some reason, this ball ended up being spotted at the 43 instead of the 35. Is that if it goes out before the 35, it comes out?
Yeah.
Where it went out?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we get the ball at the 43-yard line. We rush twice for 12 yards, have an incomplete pass. Tay goes for 6 yards to the Central 37-yard line. We line up, take a timeout. I assume we've seen something. Out of the timeout, 37-yard TD pass. 2 receivers on the left side run right. Jay comes out of the backfield all by his lonesome, and it goes down the left side, 37-yard touchdown. Great call and great execution of that play.
Yeah, Jay's run that route really good all year long, and he's got a lot of speed, and he caught it and took it in, and it was a great throw, great protection, and set up well, and we're continuing to answer offensively, and so we're sitting in good shape.
Is that what the timeout was about? Did you see something?
Well, I think the
there?
play clock was running down a little bit, and we had it called, and had something else called, and the play clock's running down. So I just went ahead and called timeout because I like the other play better. Just to be honest with you.
It's good to see Jay in the game. We hadn't seen him a lot lately. I know he's had some injuries and things like that, but he had a good night for us.
He did. He had a good night. Played a lot of defense, especially in the second half, and Jay's about as versatile guy we got on the team. Does anything. Turns kicks, plays offense, plays defense. Plays a lot of special teams and has been a great addition to our football team.
49-16. We kick off. Sky kick return to the 45-yard line. 3 plays later for Central's 4th and 2 from the Southside 47. They go for it. Travis Chafee tackles him for a 2-yard loss. Ball goes over on downs. You got to be happy that we have gone down and scored and we've stopped them.
Yeah, it was great. It was, trying to finish this thing out.
We get the ball back on our own 49, Coach. We rush for a couple of yards. It's the end of the third quarter. We come back out. Jay Washington in the backfield goes for 39 yards to the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal. Next play, it just seemed like nobody ever had control of the ball.
Yeah.
It comes loose, and they recover at their 6 and return the ball over.
Yeah, I mean, we couldn't get to the mercy rule at all. I mean, whatever we did, would screw it up. And, we can't turn the ball over at any time. And, Jay didn't mean to do that, but I don't know if he didn't get it or what, but we just can't turn the football over.
Especially inside the 10.
Oh, yeah.
Especially inside the 10. Coach, they get the ball at their own 6-yard line. They pass for a couple, pass for 9. We have a 15-yard pass interference call that gets them out the 26-yard line. Next play is a 15-yard horse collar penalty on a rush that didn't look like a horse collar to me.
Yeah, they call it that, and the matter of fact, the official on our side goes, well, he didn't call a horse collar, and they go, horse collar, and he goes, well, I guess they did. And I said, yeah, I didn't think so either, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. That's right. They're at their 42-yard line. They rush for 3. There's a 5-yard penalty. Southside offsides, moves the ball to the 34. It's 3rd and 10. For those guys from our 34-yard line, Sean Rogers is the first guy in the backfield. He spins that guy to the right. He takes off the other direction. Jack Hannon gets in there and spins him back going to the left again. And then Eli Lyle finishes him off. Lost back to the 40-yard line. That's 3 sophomores, Coach, spinning that guy around.
Yeah, it is. And we got to do a better job of getting him on the ground, quit trying to toss people and run through them. And I know that's big emphasis this week.
It was wonderful. They big loss back to the 40-yard line. 2 complete passes for 4. 4th and 3, and the defense holds, and they turn the ball over.
Yeah, it was great for a defense, and did a great job on 4th down. I mean, really did a really good job, and they had a lot of 3rd and shorts and 4th and shorts, but did a great job in situational football.
We take over on 33. Jay's back in the game. He goes for 3. There's a 52-yard pass to Eric Schwartz down to the Central 10-yard line. It's just a beautiful throwing catch, but the line did a wonderful job.
Yeah, did a great job of holding him out, and our offensive line's done a great job protecting all year, and it's good for Eric to get a big play. I mean, he's been there so close all year long, and it was great for him to make a big play.
Well, it's 1st and goal again, Coach. Get to 4 plays later, it's 4th and goal from the 8. Put the field goal team in, have a bad snap, and it's no good, and we miss the opportunity.
Yeah, could have opportunity to get the Marshall. It's chasing it all night long, and but we got to do a better job of executing. Got some of our young guys in, some backup guys in during that time, and so a lot of people got to play.
Well, they take over at their 20, Coach. They pass into the flat. We miss a tackle that goes for 23 yards. It's late in the game. From our own 43-yard line, they passed for 7 and 6 yards. It's 1st and 10 from the Southside 44-yard line. Deep pass down the right sideline. Safety Dakota Wareham just drifts over, jumps over our DB to make an outstanding interception.
Well, he's been a great addition. We finally got him back last week. He's been out all season. Really had high hopes for him coming into the season. He's going to create. He's a really good player. He's from Ramsey Junior High, a hard hitter, and excuse me, he's going to put in a lot of depth and special teams. And we've been missing him a whole lot, and it's great to see him back in action.
We get the ball back, Coach. We put some of the young guys in, run the clock out. Game's over. Southside wins big, 49-16.
Yeah, it was great senior night. To seniors out on senior night, which was always a special night. And we didn't play just a clean game, but played pretty well, and we got to continue to do that.
Good night for us statistically. I always cringe when we talk about statistics because I know that you're not a statistics guy. But we had some good nights. Tay goes 10 for 13. He had 3 touchdowns and rushed for another one. Ricardo goes 17 rushes for 162 yards and 2 TDs. Tyrese had a big night, Coach. 6 catches, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then Jay comes in and runs that little play out of the backfield and gets a touchdown. And then, of course, the play of the night, 102-yard pick six.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. And we did do stats and all that. Main stats, what's on the scoreboard, but our guys playing pretty well, and we got a big week this week, obviously, and hopefully we can continue this hot streak all into the playoffs.
Thought we talked about it a minute ago. The offensive line did a really good job Friday night. The defense is kind of coming in its own a little bit the last
they played. Yeah, they played a lot better. I don't think Coach Cox is just pleased with the way we played in the second half, but I think they've done a really good job. You can see them buying into what we're doing, and they're more comfortable in what we're doing, and they're getting better and better each week, and that's the main thing. Because you got a lot of sophomores playing over there, and but they're not sophomores. Here we are, week 10. They've got 9 games underneath their belt, and so here we go.
Any injuries this week?
No, came out injury free. I've been talking to a lot of coaches throughout the state, man, this time of year, and I was talking to a couple today, and they were talking about how many guys, had 6 guys out. This guy had 11 guys out. We've been very fortunate, knock on wood. Really, we get Dakota back, and obviously Jordan's out for the year, but we've knock on wood, we've been pretty healthy.
Maybe as healthy as we've ever been.
Probably this time of year, yeah. This time of year, it's we've been very fortunate.
Good. Coach, it's the big week this week. Battle of Rogers Avenue, North Side, South Side. We talk about it all the time. It kind of doesn't matter what the records are. It doesn't have any bearing normally on the outcome. It's a rivalry game. There are some playoff implications in this. Northside went down to Cabot last week, and Coach Mike Malum's last home game, maybe his last game period as the coach there, lost 35-23. I think they had several turnovers, though, didn't they?
They turned the ball over a little bit, but you go on the road anytime in this conference. You got to be able to play real well, and if you don't, you're going to get beat. And it just goes to show you, how evenly and how tough our conference is. It looks like Cabot probably will not make the playoffs. Everything goes correctly, and they're as good a football team as we've seen all year. And but just like you said, just North Side, South Side. It doesn't. I've been here for a long time and played and coached in this game. It doesn't matter what you've done the first night. It does not matter. Sometimes you look at the team on paper and you think, well, you're a lot better than the other teams won. I've seen it 100 times, and so we've got to go in and do a good job of just being prepared, executing. It's going to come down who's going to make a play and who's going to make a mistake, and we got to do a better job. We got to be on top of that and win the kicking game and turnovers and all those things. But it's going to get down making a play and not making mistakes.
Well, there's a reason this game's been named one of the top 50 rivalries in the United States.
Yeah, it's a great one. I know it's probably the top one. I got a friend of mine coming in from Little Rock's never been to one, and he's I'm coming in to watch it, and people always ask me throughout the state, what's that game like? And I'll say, who's your rival? And they'll say, who? And I said, times it by 15. That's just the way it is. And our kids know their kids, and it's a really neat deal.
And they've all played on each other's field in junior high. They come over and play at our field, so it's not like you're going to Cabot once or twice in your 3-year career. They've played on Northside's field. They've played on our field all through junior high. So they're comfortable with the surroundings.
They are, and I mean, but go on the road, it's going to be loud. If we played over here, it's going to be loud. If you play over there, it doesn't matter. And we got great support at Southside for that game. Northside has great support, and it's just a lot of fun. It's really neat for the city, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, in addition to it being the Battle of Rogers Avenue, winner of this game gets a home game in the playoffs.
Yeah, winner of this game looks like she's going to be able to get a home game. Will be the 4th seed. The loser will be the 5th seed and have to go on the road. And so there's a lot at stake here. Not just for the trophy and the bragging rights, but there's a lot at stake for the playoff implications. And I know our guys, we want to get our seniors have at least one more home game out here, and we just got to get a good plan together. We got to go execute it and play well.
Coach, good luck to you. We're looking forward to what is always a great game when Northside and Southside tee it up. Folks, we're looking forward to seeing you next week. We'll come back next week and talk about this Northside-Southside game. See you then.